In the silence of the synaptic gap, where biology meets the unknown, we find the true essence of the phenomenon that has no explanation. We've mapped the human genome and peered into distant nebulas. Yet, chemical signals becoming conscious thought remains the ultimate scientific anomaly. To expand our understanding, we must view the brain not as a vessel, but a sophisticated transducer of cosmic information. Consider this biological marvel: 86 billion neurons in your cranium, each making thousands of connections. This creates a network with more potential states than there are atoms in the observable universe. When we talk about the phenomenon, we mean the emergence of unified subjective experience from decentralized chaos. How do billions of cells, acting by chemical gradients, create the sensation of red, a memory sting, or a sudden idea? Here, standard neuroscience fractures, giving way to a more profound, perhaps quantum, interpretation of reality. We address the global workspace theory. Consciousness results from information broadcast across the entire brain. Yet, this still fails to explain the quality of experience, the qualia. At MindSpark Science, we propose the brain functions as a biological resonator. Like a violin string vibrating to produce a note, your neural architecture vibrates to produce a state of being. But who is the violinist? Through the lens of entropy, the brain is a system constantly fighting against disorder. Every thought is a localized reduction in entropy, an island of order in a sea of thermal noise. This requires staggering metabolic precision. Your brain consumes 20% of your body's oxygen, despite being only 2% of its mass. This energy isn't just for survival. It is the fuel for the simulation. When we dive into the psychology of perception, we find that the self is a protective construct. It's designed to simplify an overwhelming environment. If you perceive the world as it truly is, a buzzing, blooming confusion of electromagnetic waves and subatomic fluctuations, you would be paralyzed. Therefore, your brain invents solid objects, linear time, and a consistent identity to navigate the void. This brings us back to the unexpected twist. Your greatest limitations, your fears, anxieties, cognitive biases, are actually security software. They are not bugs. They are features. When you feel imposter syndrome or the wall of resistance when learning a new skill, that is your neuroplasticity demanding a high energy payment for a system upgrade. The brain is naturally conservative. It wants to keep you in the low power mode of habit because change is metabolically expensive. To truly spark your mind, you must learn to override these default settings. We are currently witnessing a paradigm shift where neuroscience is merging with quantum field theory. Some theorists suggest that the brain's water molecules, arranged in structured layers around our neurons, may maintain quantum coherence. This allows for non-local information processing. This would explain why intuition often feels faster than logic. It literally bypasses the linear processing of classical circuits. You are, in a very real sense, a quantum computer made of stardust and salt water. The philosophical implications are staggering. If our minds are linked to the quantum fabric of the universe, then our thoughts are not just internal echoes. They are ripples in the field. This is not magic. It is the frontier of biophysics. We are beginning to understand that the observer is not separate from the observed. Your mental state literally influences the biological health of your cells through epigenetics. Stress signals can turn genes on or off, meaning your consciousness is the primary programmer of your DNA. The phenomenon that has no explanation is the fact that you have the admin rights to your own biology. Yet most of us live our lives on the guest account. We accept the defaults of our upbringing, environment, and trauma, forgetting that neural pathways are as malleable as clay. As we look at the hard problem once more, we see that the bridge between matter and mind might be information itself. In physics, there is a growing movement called it from bit, suggesting that everything in the physical world arises from information theoretical foundations. If the universe is made of information and your brain is an information processor, then you are a localized node of the universal consciousness. The reason science cannot explain the soul is that science is looking for a thing in a world made of relations. You are not a noun. You are a verb. You are a continuous process of becoming. This realization should provide a deep sense of empowerment. You are not a victim of your neurochemistry. You are the chemist. When you experience a mind spark, that sudden click of understanding, it is a literal realignment of your neural geometry. You are expanding your territory within the internal cosmos. As we venture further into this 21st century exploration of the spirit through the lens of the lab, we find that the ancient philosophers and the modern physicists are finally starting to speak the same language. The void of the Buddhists and the quantum vacuum of the physicists are remarkably similar descriptions of the same underlying reality. Our mission here at MindSpark Science is to bridge this gap, to provide the intellectual tools to navigate this new landscape, where science and philosophy are no longer enemies, but partners in the search for truth. We are living through a cognitive revolution. The limits of the human mind are being pushed further every day by those who dare to look beyond the veil of the material world. We are learning that impossible is just a word for something the brain hasn't figured out how to simulate yet. Every breakthrough began as a phantom in someone's imagination, a non-existent signal, hardened into physical reality through focused intent. This is the mechanism of creation. This is the spark. As you move through your day, observe your thoughts as if they were data points in an experiment. Notice the patterns, the loops, and the central governor trying to pull you back into the safety of the known. Recognize that the discomfort of growth is the sensation of new neural pathways being forged. You are a biological masterpiece in a state of constant revision. The phenomenon of your existence is the most beautiful mystery in the universe. While we may never have a final mathematical formula for the self, the journey of discovery is where the meaning is found. We must embrace the uncertainty, for it is the fertile ground where new ideas grow. In the grand tapestry of time, your life is a brief but brilliant flash of awareness, a chance for the universe to see itself through your eyes. Make that vision count. Do not settle for a low-resolution life. Demand more from your simulation. Refine your signal, elevate your frequency. Because in the end, the only thing that is truly ours is the quality of our consciousness. This is the final message of today's exploration. You are the explanation you have been looking for. The mystery and the scientist are one and the same. Now, if this deep, extended journey into the architecture of your existence has resonated with you, it is time to take the next step. MindSpark Science thrives because of people like you, thinkers, seekers, and those who are not afraid to question the unexplainable. This isn't just a video. It's a community of minds firing in sync. To help us continue producing these deep dive scripts and exploring the frontiers of neurophilosophy, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. Your subscription is more than just a number. It's a signal that there is a demand for high-level intellectual content that respects the viewer's intelligence. Smash that like button to help our signal reach others across the digital network. And hit the notification bell so you can be part of every new discovery the moment it drops. Your comments are the lifeblood of our research. Tell me, does the idea of the central governor change how you view your own limits? Let's start a conversation in the comments below. Thank you for lending me your most precious resource, your attention. Stay curious, keep exploring the limits of your own signal, and always keep that mind spark burning bright. I'll see you in the next deep dive into the extraordinary.